Hi guys, so quick intro. I'm getting rid of a lot of eyeshadow palettes. So this is part 2 of my makeup purge. There'll be more to come because I have plenty more makeup to go through and get rid of. But today's video is on all the eyeshadow palettes I'm going to get rid of, and I'm quite pleased with the amount of stuff I'm getting rid of. And yeah, so if you'd like to come with me on the journey of going through my collection and deciding what I want to keep and what I don't want to keep, then just keep on watching this video and let's start the declutter, the purge. Dun dun dun. Dun dun dun. Alright, now we're going to move on to part 2 of my decluttering. It's going to tackle all of my eyeshadow palettes. So first thing, this is my MAKEUPGEEK palette. And another MAKEUPGEEK palette. There's no way I'm going to part with my beloved MAKEUPGEEK shadows, so we'll pull those out right away. Two other things there's no way I'm parting with are my Monarch and my Chrysalis palette. I love the Monarch 10 billion times better than the Chrysalis one, but I still, it's still pretty new to me and I still want to use it and love it, so keeping those. Okay. This is just like my everyday little palette, keeping it. It's MAKEUPGEEK. This I recently got, and maybe in the future I might get rid of because it's beautiful, but I feel like this is really great for somebody who doesn't, I don't know, is maybe a beginner, or you want something really easy because they blend super easy. Like, they almost blend into nothing if you blend too much. Like, if you're a blender like I am, this palette, it's different because you kind of just, you don't have to blend as much, which is weird for me, but I mean, it is pretty, so, and I love the holographic packaging. It's the Naturally Pretty Celebration palette from IT. So I'm going to hold on to it because I just got it, and I got it on sale for like 20 bucks, so it was a really good deal. I'm getting rid of this. Yeah, right. Never, ever, never, never, never. This is my beautiful chocolate bar palette. It gives me life. This is the one palette I could probably survive on. This I recently got to not too long ago, and I love it, and I'm not getting rid of it. It's beautiful, beautiful colors. Not everyday colors, but it's gorgeous. And the packaging, it's beautiful. Keeping it. I guess I should have included this in like my blush one, but it's a cream and lip palette. It's really pretty. I just don't use it. So sorry, this is gonna go. Meat Matte Nude. I really like this, but I don't, oof, dog hair. I really like this, but I don't reach for it as much as I should. But I don't think I'm ready to part with it, so I'm gonna hold on to it. It has some really cool, unique, like, transition colors, like this mustardy color and some taupey colors. It's really nice. I really like it, so I'm not getting rid of it quite yet because I still want to use it. Alright, these things, this is the BH Cosmetics Oh Malibu. I don't use it. I'm gonna get rid of it. Another thing, I just don't use this. This is the Too Faced Natural at Night palette. It's really pretty, but I just don't get a lot of use out of it because I have colors like this already in my collection. So while I love Too Faced and I want to keep it because Too Faced shadows are great quality, but I just don't use it. So I'm going to pass this along to a friend. On this side I have the Too Faced Boudoir palette. I always say that wrong, so I apologize. It's a beautiful cool tone smoky palette. It's perfect for bedroom eyes. I love it. Keeping it. Too Faced Romantic Eye palette. This was my first like little palette from Too Faced and I love it. I'm definitely keeping it. This Honeymoon is so my favorite color. Alright, next one. If you're wondering why I'm all swatched up, because I just went through like my whole blushes and decluttered and purged those as well. This is the Too Faced Natural Eye palette and I love it. Sorry for the sunshine coming in. The sun is setting and it's shining brightly into our window here. This is the Natural Eye palette. It's the original one and I love it. Not getting rid of it. This is the Anastasia Catwalk palette. And while I think it's beautiful and I love it, I have other colors like it. I mean, I love the inside. I'm so tempted to keep this, but I know a friend of mine who would get a lot of good use out of this and would love it and use it more than I do. So passing that along to a friend. This is hard. Okay, so this I love, okay, and I loved a lot, but I have other palettes that I love more, so it's been well used and loved. There's a crack in the mirror. But I just don't reach for it anymore because I have my Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette, which pretty much takes place all of this. Like, I don't need this anymore. So while I do love this, and I did get very good use out of it and really loved it, I'm gonna pass it along because I don't use it anymore. And I haven't used it in like a year or so. I loved it while it lasted, I loved while I used it, but I just have other things that I love more. But still, it's a really great palette. If you're looking for a neutral palette and don't have a ton of neutrals, definitely pick this up and pick it up like on hautelook when it's on sale. This I have not used forever, but this reminds me of back in the day when I first started YouTube and did all these fun, colorful looks. And this was like my first expensive palette, so it's like so sentimental to me, and it's amazing quality. This is the Ben Nye Lumiere palette, and as you can see, these are gorgeous colors, and I've gotten a lot of good use out of it, and I'm not ready to part with it yet. Even though I don't use it all the time, I'm going to. I want to keep this. This is love. Last for my little basket palette thing, this is the Kat Von D Star Studded palette, and I got this back in like December, so I'm keeping it because I haven't had it that long, and it's gorgeous. Alright, now I'm sure you guys have all seen these in the background, and I'm not ready to part with them. It's a Too Faced, they're all Too Faced. Too Faced, a few of my favorite things, Joy to the Girls, and this one, it's been beat up, so there's no way I could pass it along, even if I wanted to. The underneath is beautiful and gorgeous still, but the top was dug into by a toddler, so... But it's pretty, but I'm going to keep it. The BH Day and Night. It's pretty and I want to keep it, but I don't think I need this. In fact, I know I don't, so I don't think I've even used it. One of them fell out, but yeah. So that's going to go because I just don't use it. This is the e.l.f. I don't even know what it's called. Neutral something. A neutral palette from e.l.f. It's pretty, but I don't use it, so it's going to go. These are two Mayron palettes, and they're water-activated paints, and I totally love them, and they're like perfect for like face painting, and if I decide to do Halloween looks again. And these like are so reminiscent of me, like when I first started YouTube and we had like a bunch of colorful looks all the time. I use these all the time as like eyeshadow bases to intensify my colorful looks, and I love them and I can't get rid of them. This palette is a blush palette, and I just don't use it because I have way too much blushes, so it's gonna go. It's either from Coastal Scents or BH, I don't know, it doesn't have a name on it. This is another palette from BH Cosmetics, it's the 120 palette. I think I'm gonna keep this because, as you can see on the bottom, that one's been dug into a lot. So I think I'll keep this, and it'll be good for special looks if needed. It's always nice just to have like a big palette that you can pull any kind of color from, and since it's been so well loved, there's no way I really want to sell it or pass it along to somebody. This I only kept for sentimental value. It's so beat up. This is Hard Candy, and I got this when I was like probably like 16. Right? I've had this since I was 16. It was when Hard Candy used to be a department store brand, and you could only get it like at Dillard's, and this was like $36, and I begged and begged and begged and begged my dad to get it for me. And he got it for me because he was well loved. And I used it like every day of my high school life. Like that's what I wore. This is what I wore in high school, guys. I loved it. But obviously this is like, what? Oh my gosh. 14 years old. It needs to go. I mean, it's just going to go in the trash. I'm not going to give this to anybody because it's so old and expired. I have a ton of the Wet n Wild stuff, so let's talk about those. This is Walking on Eggshells. I love it. I'm keeping it. Silent Treatment, I love it, I'm keeping it. This one was like a limited edition one, I don't use it, so Enlisting for Beauty is going to go. This is another one, it was like from a limited edition one, it's Spoiled Army Brat, I don't use it, it's gonna go. This one I do really like, and it has some good MAC dupes in it. This is I'm Getting Sunburned, so I'm going to go ahead and keep this one. These three I don't use. They're, once again, they're in the white packaging. They're a limited edition one. I'm just going to go ahead and let go of them. A regular at a factory, Tmuse and Carews, and I'm seeing triplets. I mean, I have other bright shadows. I don't need these. These blew me away. I don't use this. This is going to go. This one, this was a limited edition one, but I just don't use it. So, really pretty. I did a look on it, and I did a collab with my friend Mary from A Love Tart using this, and I really loved the look, and I love Mary. And of course, it's sentimental to me, but I don't use it. I don't need it, so it has to go. A little single one, I'm going to keep this. This is Nutty, because everybody and their mama talked about this, and when I saw it, finally, I was like, I need it. I'm going to keep it. Okay, I have some more color icon ones. This is the Comfort Zone one. Well loved, and once again I'm going to keep it. And I'm going to keep this one here, the Pedal Pusher. It's really pretty. These ones are limited edition, and I just don't use them. So, Sparkle Till Morning, it broke, so I had to repress it, but I don't use it anymore. This matte one, I Heart Matte. Beautiful, but it is limited edition. I don't feel like I could use it in tutorials or anything, so I'm going to let go of it. And this is an eyeshadow medley. I really love this center color, but once again, it was limited edition. You can't get a hold of it, so I'm just going to get rid of it. This is a little NYX trio I do not use at all. I don't think I've ever used it, or I tried once and it wasn't good. Sizzling Samba. It's going to go. And this I really loved. It's dirty, but it's just I haven't used it. So it's going to go. It's gorgeous, and it was limited edition. I mean, just look at those colors. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. But it was limited edition, and I don't use it, so I'm going to pass it along. Alright, so that's all. I don't think I'm going to have enough time in this video to do all my single eyeshadows, so that will be a separate video. So this is just my eyeshadow palettes. Alright, so here's my pile of eyeshadow palettes I'm keeping. I feel like that's a pretty good amount. And then here's all the stuff I'm getting rid of, which is still really good. I'm really proud of myself for letting go. You know, even though I don't want to, but it needs to be done. I don't need all this. It just goes to waste. I won't use all this even in an entire lifetime. These I'm keeping. Those Wet n Wild ones, but that pile I'm getting rid of. So those are all the eyeshadows. Dun dun dun. Hope you guys enjoyed this purging session with me. So yeah, I'm going to go through the eyeshadow palettes now and decide who gets what and things like that. So I hope I inspired some of you guys to go through your makeup collection and get rid of the excess and things you just don't need, because let's be honest, it is so easy, especially if you're like a YouTuber or you watch YouTube, to just get sucked into the consumerism and just wanting to buy, and then before you know it, you're stuck with all this extra makeup that you're never going to use up. So it's my goal to kind of do one of these little purging kind of things maybe once a year and go through the things that I haven't been using. So I'm kind of sad about the eyeshadow palettes, I'm not going to lie, but I don't need them. So thanks so much for watching. Heart you guys all. Bye everybody.